Hello friends, this is integers part 4. In this part, I will discuss multiplication and division of integers. In my previous video, I have already discussed addition and subtraction of the integers. You can watch those videos also. So, first I will start with multiplication of integers. There are two rules. First rule says to find the product of two integers with different sign. We find the product of their values without considering the sign and give a minus sign to the answer. That is, a number with plus sign multiplied by a number with negative sign will give an answer in negative sign. Second rule says to find the product of two integers with the same sign. We find the product of their values without considering sign and give a positive sign to the answer. That is, if we multiply two numbers, each of with negative sign, answer will be positive. And if the two numbers are of positive sign, then obviously the answer will be positive. Okay. Now, here I have given some examples. First is, we are multiplying a negative number with a positive number. Okay. First, we will multiply these numbers without considering their sign. That is 9 into 7 is 63. 9 into 7 is 63. And we will put a negative sign in the answer because the numbers that we are multiplying are of opposite sign. Okay. Now in this second example, we are multiplying two numbers with the same sign. That is, both numbers here are of negative sign. Okay. So first we will multiply these two numbers without considering their sign. That is 4 into 6. It will come out to be 24, and we will put a positive sign in the answer according to rule 2. Now next comes division of integers. Just like subtraction is an inverse operation of addition, similarly division is an inverse operation of multiplication. For example, to divide 36 by minus 9, it means what integer should I multiply with minus 9 to get 36? So, my answer will be that I should multiply minus 9 with minus 4 to get the answer 36. So, multiplication and division both are inverse operation of each other. Now, to divide two integers, there are again two rules. Rule 1. Rule 1 says for dividing one integer by another integer, if the two numbers having different sign, then we will divide their values without considering their sign and will give a minus sign to the quotient or to the answer. Quotient is answer. Okay. Now second rule says for dividing one integer by another integer, if the two numbers having the same sign, then divide their values without considering their sign and give a positive sign to the quotient or to the answer. Here are some examples. In first example, we are dividing a positive number with a negative number. So here the sign of the two numbers is different. So first we will divide the numbers without considering their sign. That is 12 6 72. Okay. And then we will put a negative sign to the answer according to rule number 1. Okay, now let's see this example. Example C. Here we are dividing two numbers with the same sign, that is negative sign. Okay, so first we will divide both the numbers without considering their sign. Okay, so our quotient will be 7, and according to rule 2, the two numbers have the same sign, so our answer we will put a positive sign to the answer. So answer is plus 7. Now properties of multiplication. First is closure property. These properties are similar to the properties that I have discussed in addition and subtraction of the integers. Let's say A and B are two integers, then their product will always be an integer. If that means if we multiply two integers, then their product will also remain an integer. It will not change into fractional, decimal or any other number. It will remain integer. That means what we can say? We can say that integers are closed under multiplication. Okay, here I have given two examples. Okay, in this you can see these examples. Next is commutative property. Again, you have to remember that commutative means order property. Here, if A and B are two integers, then if we change their order, answer will not change. Okay, if I have to multiply, suppose two number like 5 into minus 4. Okay, answer will come minus 20. And if I change their order, that is minus 4 into 5, will the answer change? No, answer will not change. Answer will remain same, that is minus 20. So this is all about commutative property. Another is for any integer a, if I multiply a by 1, then I will get the same integer a. Let's suppose if I multiply minus 6 into 1, what will I get? I will get the same number a, that is minus 6. Now next is for any integer a, if I multiply a by 0, I will get answer as 0. Let's suppose if I have to multiply minus 4 by 0, what will I get? I will get 0. Next is associative property. Again, associative means grouping. Okay. If A, B and C, they are three integers. Okay, if A, B and C are integers, then A into B into C is equal to A into bracket B into C. What does it mean? Let's suppose if I have to multiply three numbers, that is 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 6. Okay, so I can do it in any way. I can make group of 4 and 5. Okay, here I have made group of 4 and 5. First two numbers, first I will multiply 4 into 5, that is 20, and then this answer will be multiplied by the third number, that is 6. So answer will come 120. Okay, now according to grouping property, instead of making group of 4 and 5, I can make group of 5 and 6. Okay, so what will I do? First I will multiply 5 into 6, that is 30, and this answer will be multiplied by the first number, that is 4. So answer will, again the answer will come 120. So is the answer changing? No, answer will not change. One more thing, if I will make group of 4 and 6, ठीक है, तो first I will multiply 4 into 6, then answer of this 4 and 6 will be multiplied by 5. Again answer will remain same. 4 into 6 is 24, and then 24 into 5 is equal to 120. In all the three cases answer will remain same. That means integers are associative. Now the last property of the multiplication is distributive property, and it is one of the most important property. There are basically two distributive property, left distributive and right distributive. Okay, and again these are subcategorized into two: left distributive over addition and left distributive over subtraction, right distributive over addition and right distributive over subtraction. What does it mean by left and right distributive? It is nothing but we are using the term left because the multiplication sign here is to the left of the addition statement and multiplication sign is to the left of the subtraction statement. That is why left distributive over addition, left distributive over subtraction. Or in this right distributive, multiplication statement, multiplication sign is to the right of this addition statement. So we are saying it right distributive. Okay. Now here I have proved these two properties. Okay, you can watch this proof of this property. Both side, left hand side of this equation and this right hand side are equal. Okay, here you can see the proof. I will explain the use of this property. I will explain the use of this property. Okay, let's say we have to multiply 98 into 24. Now both these two numbers are big number. We don't know or we can't remember the tables of these number. Okay, or so how can we make the use of this distributive property? First we will break this 98. Okay, first we will break this 98. I have break this 98 as 100 minus 2. I can write 98 as 100 minus 2. Okay, this is the same that I have written here, and this 100 minus 2 is to be multiplied by 24. Now see it carefully that this is the same expression that I have written in the distributive property. Now which property is this? This is right distributive property over subtraction. Okay, right, why right? Because the multiplication sign is to the right side. So this is right distributive, and over subtraction because here it is a subtraction statement. Okay, now what was our formula for this? Formula was A minus B into C. So how will I distribute it? A into C and B into C, and in between these two I will put minus sign because here it is minus sign. Okay, and this A into C and then B into C. Okay, so first 24 into 100 and then this 2 into 24, and I have put a minus sign. Now find the product of these two. 24 into 100, 2400, and then 24 into 2 it is 48, and then subtract these two number, we will get the answer. You can see this example by yourself. this is also based on the use of the distributive property. Please understand these examples also. Now last is the properties of division. Integers are not closed under division. Okay, if we divide two numbers, then it is not necessary that we get the answer integer. Second is integers are not commutative. Commutative means order. If I divide 7 by 4, okay, and if I change, let's take another example. If I divide minus 8 divided by 4, I get the answer minus 2. But if I change the order, that is 4 divided by minus 8, then I will get the answer 1 divided by minus 2. So answers are not same. Integers are not commutative under, divisions are not commutative. Third is division are not associative. Guys, please correct here. I have written integers. Here it will come division. Here it will come division. Okay. Division are not associative unless C is equal to 1. Next is if A is an integer and if I divide A with 1, I will get A. Let's suppose A is equal to 7. And if I divide 7 by 1, I will get 7. Okay. Next is if A is an integer and if A is not equal to 0, then A divided by A is equal to 1. If I divide a number with the number, I will get the answer 1. Last property is if A is a non-zero. Non-zero means if A is not equal to 0, then A divided by, if I divide A by 0, then it is not defined. And if I divide, and this expression 0 divided by A is equal to 0. Okay, that means if the divisor is 0, if the divisor 0, then it is undefined. And if the dividend is 0, then answer will be 0. If the dividend is 0, this is dividend. If the dividend is 0, then answer is 0. Thank you.